Time this season. They fell behind 3-0, but came back to win the ball game 5-4. They beat the Cougars the first time 9-2. Losses are to Taylor County, who was ranked 9th in the state this week. Christian County, Owensboro, South Warren, Adair County, Tampa's Catholic, splitting a team from Canada during the spring break. And after today, the Trojans will be off until next Thursday when they host Campbellsville, and next Friday here against Central Hardin, which will be our next broadcast of Trojan baseball. Last season, the Trojans finished 20-14. They were 15th district runners-up before falling to Greenwood 6-1 in the first round of the 4th Region Tournament at WKU. The Trojans graduated just one senior from last year in Tristan Meach, and there are 8 seniors on this year's roster, so a lot of experience returns for the Trojans, who are favored to win the 15th district this season. Monroe County out of District 16 under second-year head coach Ashley Charles, who is also the head boys basketball coach in Tompkinsville. The Falcons are 6-6 so far this season. One of the wins is a 7-6 win over Allen County Scottsville, with 2 of the losses to District 16 opponent Russell County 10-2 and 7-3. And 5 of their games have been against teams from just across the border in Tennessee. They played Franklin Simpson last night and lost by a score of 14-0. They finished 12-17 last season and were 16th district runners-up before losing to Warren East in the 4th Region Tournament last year by a score of 8-0. Barren County has won 10 in a row against Monroe County and 19 of the last 21. Joining me this afternoon for the broadcast, Scott Gillen, who was a former Trojan baseball coach here, coached the Trojans to the state tournament in 2008, won the 15th district, 4th Region tournaments, and glad to have you this afternoon. Scott,
that's good.
You're normally doing the PA announcing for the football or basketball.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, so yeah, it's good to be here, man. It's good to see that Barren County's playing good baseball. Very tough schedule. Most high school teams don't play this kind of schedule in a season, but you know, when you've got 8 seniors and as a matter of fact, the last year that I coached, these guys that are seniors now were all freshmen, and a lot of them have been playing for 4 years, and so they've been used to this kind of schedule. So they've seen just about a little bit of everything over their last 4 years, and so getting to this point of you know, playing good baseball right now.
Yeah. Hopefully they can keep it going here this afternoon with a win over the Falcons. And again, they're off till next Thursday to take on Campbellsville and Central Hardin here, who's a pretty good baseball team normally, next Friday. We got more to come in the Don Franklin Auto pregame report. We'll come back after this 2-minute timeout, give you the starting lineups of this afternoon's ball game here from Trojan Field as you're following the Trojans here on WCLU Burgundy 104.7 FM.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
So Aero Safety is an international safety consulting company based right here in Glasgow, Kentucky. We offer a wide variety of services, ranging anything from safety training to administrative services like policy procedures. It's any manufacturing, any industry around our area, we can apply that. And we can also make everything site-specific to the customer. So we make sure we're incorporating the company's policies, procedures, applicable hazards, equipment, things like that, that it's make it more relevant and engaging for the customer. Aero Safety is here to keep your employees safe and keep your business headed in the right direction.
Welcome back to Trojan Field, a warm Friday afternoon here on this Easter weekend. And breeze, got some breeze blowing out there. You can see the flag blowing. You're watching on the live stream this afternoon. Let's take a look at the lineups for this afternoon's ball game. First for the Monroe County Falcons under head coach Ashley Geralds. His assistant coaches are Hayden Thomas, Jesse Shirley, and Wade Thompson. Batting first, playing in center field, will be senior number 1 Travis Wood. Batting second, playing in left field, number 11 Reese Bartley. He's a sophomore. Briar Burke, also a sophomore, will be playing at second base. He'll be batting third. He wears number 20. Bryson Knuckles on the mound today for the Falcons. He'll be batting fourth, wears number 14. He's a junior. Caden Gerald's also a junior, wears number 2. He'll be playing at third base and batting fifth. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Caleb Stinson. He's a sophomore, wears number 15. Grady Starnes is the DH. He'll be batting seventh. He wears number 21. He's a senior. Noah Hagan, a sophomore, playing the shortstop. He'll be batting eighth, wears number 17. And at the bottom of the order is the catcher, Wade Carnahan, a senior, wears number 32. Also in right field is sophomore Levi Miller, number 5. For the Barren County Trojans under J.R. Estes, Luke Wells and Michael Poor as his assistants. Batting first, playing shortstop, is number 7, senior J.P. Hyde. Jackson Reese, also a senior, wears number 22. He'll be batting second and playing at first base. Sutton Hyde in center field, he'll be batting third, and he wears number 2. He's also a senior. Axel Dysholm is a senior. He is in right field, wears number 27. He'll be batting fourth. The catcher is Aiden Kinney. He's a senior, and he'll be batting fifth. He wears number 9. The DH is number 21, Gavin Coffey. He's a junior. He'll be batting sixth. Batting seventh and second base, Skylar Potter, a junior, wearing number 33. Bryce Thompson, a freshman, will be playing at third base. He'll be batting eighth, wears number 4. And Jordan Harris in left field, a sophomore, wears number 20. And he'll be batting at the bottom of the order. On the mound today for the Trojans will be senior Matthew Estes, number 11. So there's your starting lineup. Barren County dominated with seniors this year, Scott.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, you know, a lot of these guys, I know JP and Jackson and Sutton, Aiden, these guys have been playing since they were freshmen. Like I said, it was the last year that I actually coached before I guess you call it a retirement. I guess that's what it is. I guess I'm old enough now. But, yeah, so it's a dominant with seniors and a lot of experience bringing back. And I don't know Axel Dyson, he came after I left, but I know that he's been playing for a couple years here. And so I know a lot of these younger guys that are probably sophomores. I know that they've played quite a bit, I think, last year too. So it's good that you got a mixture of some seniors and you got some guys that'll be coming up, carrying on the program here for the next couple of years after they're gone.
Yeah. 6 seniors in the starting lineup today. Out of the 8 seniors, I think the other 2 seniors are Jacob Spence and Joey Myers. I think, has Myers been hurt? Is he? Was he injured earlier in the season?
Yeah, I think he hurt his hand, and is just now kind of made his way back here over the last few games. So yeah, he was out for several games there early, I believe.
It is youth night here at Barren County. I know earlier, around 4:30 this afternoon, they set up a table for the seniors to sign autographs on posters. And there's been a lot of – you can look out in right field line there. A lot of kids have come out this afternoon.
Yeah, future Trojans, man, for Trojan baseball.
I think they're all guys, aren't they? Most of them guys. Maybe
a
few girls in there.
I'm sure there are
some Trojanette softball players.
I know when I was a kid growing up, there was a lot of girls that was really good. So there may be a few down there. I can't really see that far anymore.
Need binoculars,
Yeah.
don't we? Yeah. Well, the Trojanettes, speaking of the Trojanettes, they're in action today. They're on the road at Grayson County. That game started at 5 o'clock. Hopefully we'll get some updates on that game. And then in baseball today involving 15th District teams, Glasgow hosting Franklin Simpson. Warren East is at home against South Warren, and Allen County Scottsville apparently has 2 games today. They got Macon County, Tennessee, and Hart County on their schedule for this afternoon. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Trojans in action next Thursday. They'll host Campbellsville at 5:30 here, and then next Friday hosting Central Hardin. The Bruins coming in for a 5:30 game. We'll have the broadcast of that one next Friday here from Trojan Field about 5:15. Next action for the Trojanettes after today, they actually switched a game. It was supposed to be an away game at Clinton County, but they have switched that to a home game on Monday against the Lady Bulldogs, and that game will start at 6 o'clock. We'll have the broadcast of that game on Monday at 5:45. And next Thursday, the Trojanettes will be over at Glasgow for a district game, and we'll do that game as well because Joe Myers and I switched. Joe did the game here back in March. I was at the boys' state tournament, so he did the softball game that day on March 25th. So I'll go to Glasgow. Stacy Sutherland and I will be over there, and of course the new field they've got in behind the high school. You don't have to go to American Legion anymore.
Yeah, I haven't been over there. I haven't seen.
Pretty nice field.
Yeah, I've never been in Glasgow's gym either since they redid it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well,
no, I just don't.
You've probably heard.
I just haven't.
Doesn't seat as many as they used to. The gym.
Yeah, I haven't been over there. So, but we're doing the district over at Glasgow this year, right?
Yes,
we're doing the district. It looks a lot different over there since the old. Of course, I go way back to the mid '80s, '85 and '86. We didn't even play any home baseball games here. We didn't have there wasn't a fence. There was just an old backstop and a little old, some kind of National New Farmers Bank had a little scoreboard right down here on the left field side, and we played all of our games at Richardson Field.
Really?
Yeah. And so have a lot of fond memories playing Glasgow over there, and then we played a lot of home games, and unfortunately, the old backstop burned. But, yeah, to me, that's what made Richardson Field was the old backstop because you just don't see those anymore.
Yeah, of course, the damage they had over there and burned down the stadium, and they've had to build a new one. And they're just now really – this is the first year for baseball at the new Richardson Stadium, Sam Royce Field.
Yep.
And so that's where the district tournament will be this year for baseball, and softball will be over at the Glasgow High School softball field. And then you mentioned basketball. That's where the basketball district tournament will be next year for basketball. So Glasgow will host it all.
Is it always like that? Does
4-year rotation?
Does every school always have everything at the same time?
Well, this past year. Didn't we have the district here? No, it was at Allen last year. I think it was a little
It was 2 years ago.
I think COVID had something to do with it. 5 years ago now? Has it been 5 years since we had for COVID?
Yeah, I was still teaching school then.
Man, time gets away, doesn't it?
It really does.
I go back to the time that we did some basketball games together. We went to Rupp Arena. Of course, we did the games at the regional tournament, which was a wild finish down at Diddle Arena when Barren won it in '99, and you were with me then. And we went to Rupp Arena, and first time ever for a Barren County Trojan basketball team. And then I go to 2008. You took the Trojans to the state tournament up at Henderson County.
Yeah, we
you played Christian County, wasn't it?
We did.
Is that who you played?
We didn't fare too well. We lost a doubleheader up there against Christian County. We were actually up 5 or 6 runs in that game, and then it just kind of ran out of gas there at the end. So that was a good year. And speaking of dominant seniors, we had 9 seniors on that team, and most of them, I think just about all of them, were starters. And so and they kind of remind me of this team here. A lot of them, of course, Coach Vance, my mentor, and the guy that taught me how to coach and taught those guys how to play, played a lot of those guys when they were freshmen and sophomores. And took a few beatings there early. But then it was like their junior year. They started beating the Franklin Simpsons and the Greenwoods and the Bowling Greens, and I think for the first time they were like, "Hey, you know what? We can actually play with these guys." And so then when they were senior in 2008, very fortunate that we won the region that year, and it was a fun year.
Do you remember who the games you played against? You beat Bowling Green.
Well, I could give you a lot of stories.
Yeah.
The first game it was Memorial Day, and we were supposed. I'm thinking that we had like the first game we played like at 11 o'clock, and it came a monsoon. It rained all day long. And I remember them coming to me and asking me what I wanted to do, and I said, I don't want to play it today. I said, let's just come back. Let's do it another day. Of course, Matt Logic, really good friend of mine, was the head coach at Bowling Green, wanted to play. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess you do want to play. Your boys all get to go home. I've been down here stuck in this sweltering hitting shed for about 7 or 8 hours. And so we ended up, around 6 o'clock, I guess, we played. We'd been down there all day long, and we beat them 1-0. We had a kid that pitched for us named Lucas Mohan, was a second-team All-State.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, he hit the sacrifice fly, if my memory's correct, and so we ended up beating them 1-0. And then it took off, and it rained again for the next few days, and then there was graduations on top of that. And so we didn't come back and play again until Saturday morning. In the semifinals, we played Cumberland County, who had beaten Logan County, and Cumberland County at that time was really good. They had a couple of guys that could really throw it, and we had beaten them in the regular season. And so we ended up beating them like 10-3, and then that night we turned around and played Greenwood.
Yes, I remember that because I did that game.
Yeah, and I think I forgot to come and talk to you after the game was over.
Y'all were so excited. I don't blame you. I would have been too.
I forgot. And we had a kid named Michael Fields was on second base, and we were up 9-0. And Blake Crabtree was hitting it, who was another second-team All-Star, was the 4th Region Player of the Year that year. And I thought, I was on the third base coach's box, and I thought, you know what? I said, we're fixing to run rule these guys. Well, he popped up, got out of the inning. We were up 9-0, and here they come. They started edging their way back, and so I think we held on. I can't even remember what the score was now. 9-7.
9-7. It was 9-7.
Yeah, we were up 9-0. So you're talking about getting a little tight in the dugout, man. So, but they found a way to do it, and it was a good time. And then we went to the sectional up in Henderson and took on Christian County, and unfortunately, that's kind of where our season ended.
Yeah.
So
I think you had 27 wins that year.
I think the year before, they set the team before set the record with 27 wins, and then we tied it. But we had a bunch of injuries. Blake had Tommy John surgery after the season was over.
Yeah.
Are we doing national anthem?
I guess we are right now. Oh, they're going to go out and meet their favorite player.
Anyway, I'll still
then we're
talk.
Getting ready for it here.
So we didn't have him as a pitcher. He could played second base because he could throw it from second to first. Mm-hmm. He did that in a lot of pain. Then we didn't have Lucas Mohan for several games. I think he pulled a hamstring. Matthew Riley, who was our starting leadoff, he was our leadoff hitter and our center fielder. He had a calf injury, and he was out. We had a backup infielder, Michael Toms. He got hurt, and he was out for the season. So it was it was just like, gosh. But then it was just kind of like through the grace of God, I guess. Right there toward the end of the season, everybody was healthy and everybody was back, and so we kind of took off from there. So A lot of good guys. I just tried not to screw it up.
That was a special season.
I just let them play. I was like, just don't do anything to screw this up.
We got a lot of kids out here tonight.
Yes, sir.
A lot of kids. We'll come back with our first pitch of this ball game after this 2-minute timeout. Trojan baseball against Monroe County here this afternoon on WCLU Burgundy 104.7 FM.
Told you to eat your breakfast when you were little was actually eating this for breakfast.
It's your turn to take your place at the breakfast table and savor the taste of culinary independence with freshly toasted bagels at McDonald's. Indulge in the breakfast you've always wanted and start the day off the right way, your way.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Cold weather means you've got some things to take care of, like heat to keep you warm and comfortable. Put it on your list of things to do. A call to Southern States Glasgow to fill your propane tank. Southern States is one of the top suppliers of propane gas in the country, and your Southern States in Glasgow is the local, smart, reliable source for all your propane needs. Safe, clean-burning propane gas is the premier energy source for heating and appliances. Call 651-6167 and 651-2159.
And we are now on 120 Cross Street, just off 31 East South.
Just past the railroad tracks.
Reliable internet and great customer service, two things you'd like to have? I'm talking local service and quick response when my internet is out, which never happens, by the way. That's exactly the type of customer service you get from an awesome internet provider like SCRTC. Not only do they provide gig speed and superior Wi-Fi solutions, SCRTC backs it up with phenomenal customer service. That is true value in an internet provider. Go to scrtc.com and get yours with an unmatched service guarantee.
Attention home buyers and homeowners. If you're shopping for a mortgage or considering home financing, call one of Kentucky's top mortgage lenders, South Central Bank. Recognized as the area's best mortgage company, we are ready to help you walk through every step of the borrowing process. With experienced lenders and a full range of loan solutions that suit your budget, South Central Bank can make your dreams become reality. Contact us today. You can even apply online at southcentralbank.com. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
With Scott Gillen for this broadcast this afternoon of Trojan baseball here on WCLU as the Trojans take on the Monroe County Falcons. Our umpires this afternoon are Devin Neely and Sean King. Do you know either one of those guys?
Yeah, I've known Sean King for, gosh, we had classes together when we were at Western.
Okay.
He actually coached baseball at Warren Central for several years.
Really?
And then he's been an umpire for several years. And the last time I talked to him, he told me he was quitting umpiring, but I guess he decided that was 3 years ago. So
okay.
I guess he's decided that he just didn't want to give it up.
Yeah. If you're having fun with it, enjoy it. No need to give it up, right?
That's right.
Yep. Looking again for Barren County, Jordan Harris is in left field, Sutton Hyde in center field, Axel Dysholm in right field, Skylar Potter is at second, J.P. Hyde is the shortstop, Price Thompson at third, Jackson Reese at first, Aiden Keeney behind the plate, and Matthew Estes on the mound for the Trojans this afternoon. And a good crowd here.
Yeah, it is a good crowd. Well, you know, you got a lot of the little guys that came to watch, and mom, dad's with them. So yeah, it's a good crowd here.
It's Easter weekend. The weather great. You know, it's probably the nicest weather we've had in a while. Or this
well,
spring,
you know,
maybe.
been real fortunate that with all the rain that we've had, it was a good thing they were in Florida because they wouldn't have been playing here.
No.
You know, and so really,
that's right.
I think so far, they've only had to bang one game, you know, since the season started, and for all the rain that we've had, that's been pretty good. You know, a lot of baseball being played, 18 games already. So,
and just now getting into the district part of the schedule. You know, Barron's 2-0, Warren East is 0-2. Glasgow and Allen have yet to play a district game. So.
Well, and it's, you know, that's the big two wins right there to start off against Warren East 2-0. That, you know, that's a good start to your district season.
Mm-hmm. Travis Wood will lead things off for the Falcons, left-handed hitter. Falcons in navy blue with the pinstripes today. And the first pitch is a strike from Matthew Estes.
Yep, little curveball to start them off. Yeah, it's good. Good pitchers can throw pitches at any time in the count. So, most everybody's trying to get ahead with the fastball.
Mm-hmm. Oh, high and outside. Wood, his batting average is .233. Now, they only bat .246 as a team. Barren County bats .284 as a team, so a little bit more than Monroe County here. Of course, Monroe County 6-6, Barren County 11-7. Barron's definitely played the stronger schedule this year. And that pitch just a little high. Be 2-1 to Travis Wood. Matthew Estes has pitched 11 innings so far this season. Oh, and that one will hit Wood, and he'll make his way to first. And that'll bring up the left fielder now for the Falcons, Reese Bartley, who's a sophomore. Bartley leads the team.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Gerald's didn't put Wood in motion at some point in time here just to get some guys into scoring position. It wouldn't surprise me if something during this count, if they don't try to get a steal or bunt or hit and run.
Well, Wood is 5 of 6 on stolen bases this year for the Falcons. Here's Estes, a bunt down, and scooped up with a throw to first. Oh, too wide for Jackson Reese. A runner will go all the way to third, and he'll hold up there. And now Falcons with runners on the corners to start this first inning.
Yeah, you really don't. They're giving you an out. You got to take it. A lot of times when infielders will make a bad throw, a lot of times it's because they're not moving their feet. You got to get your feet moving towards your target, make a good throw, and really probably might have rushed it a little bit. But already in the hole right here, you got guys on the corners here. And
I got Bartley at first. He was a leading batting average, .417 on the season for the Falcons. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so preferably right here, you'd like to get a 6-4-3 double play. You're going to give up a run, but you early in the game, you trade 2 outs for a run.
Estes checking the bases out, and a swing and a miss there by Briar Burke, who's a sophomore. He's the second baseman for Monroe County. He's only played in 4 games this year for the Falcons.
He looks like a kid that play. He looks like a kid that would be like a good tailback on their football team.
I think he was on the football team.
Yeah,
I think he was. I remember that name. It's spelled
B-O-U-R-Q-U-E.
Yeah, it's pronounced Burke.
Kind of a strong-looking kid.
Here's Estes. And a throw to second is safe. As Bartley slid in head first there. Now runners at second and third for the Falcons. The count is no balls and 2 strikes.
Yep, Barron's moving their infield in right here. So I'd like to get a strikeout right here is what you'd like.
Yeah, Burke is 0 for 8 on hits this season. Estes fires.
A little high.
Yep. So that'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Throwing a lot of off speed, a lot of curveballs.
Yep.
Here early.
Estes fires and struck him out, swinging. So 1 down for the Falcons, but they do have runners at second and third, and that'll bring up the pitcher for the Falcons, Bryson Knuckles.
Yeah, hopefully get the ground ball here, check the guy at third, get the out at first, get 2 outs right here, maybe eliminate the damage.
Bryson Knuckles batting .324 on the year. As Estes delivers, and he fouls that one off. Knuckles with 7 RBIs on the year, 11 hits in 34 at-bats. Know his dad real well.
Yeah, I think I do too.
He played.
I coached him in football here, if I'm not mistaken.
Strike delivered from Matthew Estes.
His dad, Randy, was a really good player here. Of course, his brother Greg played basketball. He had a sister that played basketball here back in the 70s. I think she played for Coach Steenbergen. So she was a really good player. So
Chrissy,
athletic
was that
family.
her name?
Chrissy, yes.
Yeah. That one will loop into left center. And a run will score for Monroe, and that coming in was Travis Wood. And the Falcons on the board first at 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. So a single and RBI for Bryson Knuckles.
In and there.
Yep. Now it will bring up for the Falcons Caden Geralds.
I guess this is probably Coach Gerald's son.
I believe so.
I would
believe
think.
that's right. He was on the basketball team this year. Plays third base for Monroe County, a junior. Gerald's batting .235.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't try to put him again on a straight steal. Try to get another guy in scoring position. He's gone.
Yep, he's gone. And Keeney will not attempt the throw. Knuckles pretty quick. He is 6 of 7 on stolen bases.
Yeah, he got a really good jump. About the time Matthew started lifting his leg, he was already going.
Counts 0-1 to Geralds. Here's Estes with a pitch. That one looked good, but they're going to say that was low. A lot of dirt on the plate down there.
Yeah. Because if that had been
there
me,
I thought he was going to
if that was me,
sweep it off.
If that was me, I'd have been chirping out of the dugout. Is that plate? Is that a Frisbee? I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on, y'all?
Well, good. Glad we got a listener. Estes fires, and that will make it a 2-1 count. He's already thrown 15 pitches here in this first inning. Monroe County leading 1-0. That pitch is high, and it's going to be 3-1.
Yeah, that pitch was high. It's got to finish out over your front leg. You got to finish. It looked like he kind of raised up on that one just a little bit.
Pitch from Estes. Popped up. Foul.
Yeah, to get a strikeout right here, and then you can move your guys back and limit them to one. That would be getting out of a jam, I would think.
Yeah, got a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and runners at second and third. Here's the pitch to Geralds. Going to walk him. That will load the bases.
Yeah, here comes Coach Estes. He's going to go out there and kind of settle him down a little bit.
And it's early. Nobody warming up right now.
We give him the Bull Durham speech about breathing through your eyelids. Not get too rattled. That's a classic.
There you go.
That's a classic baseball movie, Bull Durham. They may be going out there to see what they're going to get. One of them may be getting married. They're wanting to see them if they're wanting to buy candlesticks or something.
Caleb Stinson for the Falcons here. And Caleb Stinson, a sophomore, batting .143.
Yeah, Barron's got the corners up in case of bunt, and then you got JP and Skylar. They're in double play depth.
Here's Estes. I got the outside corner. Matthew Estes, his favorite candy is Mike and Ike's. You like Mike and Ike's?
What?
I'm just going what's on the bio here.
I like Hershey bars.
And that one gets away from Keeney, but nobody.
I've never even heard of that.
Mike and Ike's? I think I've seen it. I don't know what kind of candy it is.
Is that like Pop Rocks? Them things would hurt your teeth.
Now, I do like his favorite drink, Ale 8 Original.
I don't know. What's that? Is that ginger ale?
It's kind of a fruity ginger ale. I like it. The only soft drink that's made in Kentucky.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
That pitch is outside.
I got a Mellow Yellow.
No, I like Mellow Yellow, yeah.
By our sponsors, Coke. I can do that,
Coca-Cola,
right? For Coca-Cola, yeah, they sponsor us. So
2 balls and a strike to Stinson. Ground ball right up the middle. And another run will score to make it 2-0. Bases are loaded once again here. So now Grady Starnes is going to be the batter, a senior for the Falcons. He's the DH.
Well, kind of not the start that Barren County was hoping for here. Need to get out of this. Looks like Barron's fixing to looks like they're getting somebody up in the pen.
There's a strike delivered to Starnes. 14's Cameron Crawford.
That's
is it?
no. Colton Wilson.
Colton Wilson, I'm sorry.
I've been away now. I retired 4 years ago and been out of baseball 3 years. I don't know a lot of these kids anymore, you know. So all these guys are all new to me, most of them.
Here's a pitch from Estes. Down, tipped back into the net. 25 pitches already for Matthew Estes. And 2 runs have scored here in the top of the first.
Yeah, went to that pitch count. What is it? 120 pitches a week, I think. Used to be innings.
Yeah.
You know, if you pitched, if it was like anything over 3 innings, you had to have a day's rest. If it was 5 innings, it was 2 days rest. And then if you pitched 7 innings, then after that it was like 3 days rest.
And those district games now, you just play back-to-back days.
Yeah.
And that pitch gets away, and a run will score for Monroe.
It's fixing to be another one.
Too many errors here early. And that's a 3-0 Monroe County lead.
Yeah, that was just a wild pitch. Hayden couldn't come up with it.
And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, only 1 out for Monroe. Grady Starnes. That's .250 on the year for the Falcons. Pitch from Estes.
Good pitch.
Yeah. So that will strike out Starnes and brings up Noah Hagan. We're at number 8 in the batting order. Sophomore for the Falcons, playing at the shortstop position today. Noah Hagan batting .241. There's a strike delivered from Estes.
What is that?
And
maximum 120 set.
5 RBIs on the season for Hagan.
So my man Dwayne Miller.
Ground ball going to left, stopped. Throw to first to Reese is in time, but Falcons do some damage here in the first inning. They lead Barren County 3-0. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. This is Trojan Baseball, brought to you by Don Franklin Auto at WCLU Burgundy 104.7 FM.
At Kuzma Family Dentistry, we specialize in changing smiles and changing lives. If you'd like to experience this wow factor transformation that not only can change your smile, but change your life, give Kuzma Family Dentistry a call at 270-651-2638, located at 501 West Main Street in Glasgow.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
Your local Kubota dealer is J&J Sales on the corner of West Main and Reynolds Road in Glasgow.
For Monroe County, in the top of the first inning, they scored 3 runs on 2 hits, had 2 stolen bases. Barren County had 1 error, and they scored on a wild pitch. So, a while ago, we were talking about the pitch count. So, the maximum that you can pitch during a week is 120 pitches. If you throw 76 or more, like if Matthew throws 77 pitches today, he'd have to have 3 calendar days of rest. So if he throws anywhere between 51 to 75 pitches, it's 2 days rest. 26 to 50 is 1 day of rest. But if you just come in and say, like, if I throw 9 pitches to close the game out, then I'm ready to come back the next day. So thank you, man. I don't think I'd ever seen that, but I never worked with pitchers. My dad tried to get me to try me out as a pitcher when I was in Little League. He coached my team. I was a horrible pitcher. It's like let's just put him at second base, and that's where Coach Eubank put me back when I played here. I was the second baseman.
J.P. Hyde, John Parker Hyde, senior, who has signed to play next year at Frontier Community College in Fairfield, Illinois.
Good for him
with his twin brother Sutton.
Proud of them. They're big Alabama guys, and so the first year they were here, I called them the fighting Nick Sabans every time I saw them, because I didn't know that they looked alike to me, and I couldn't tell them apart. So I just called them the fighting Nick Sabans.
Bryson Knuckles, 3.15 ERA. The pitch is outside.
Just really good kids too, good players, good kids. All those guys that I was around that last year, they're all senior. They were all coachable. Just really good kids. I enjoyed being around them.
Knuckles with a 2-0 pitch, and it's swung on by JP.
He might have came with a changeup right there. Looked like. Got to let that ball travel. You got to get the off-speed pitch, man. You got to let it get to that front leg.
Knuckles has given up 12 hits in 13 innings of pitching for the Falcons. Struck out 9. Here's the pitch. Swung on again by JP. That'll even the count at 2-2.
It's like he's kind of pulling out, like he's kind of pulling his head off of it, just a shade.
Now, JP's favorite candy is Krabby Patties.
Is that like them rice patty things like you get?
I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
Knuckles strikes out JP. Now Jackson Reese.
I'm a Babe Ruth kind of guy, Butterfinger.
Baby
I don't
Ruth,
know where they're coming up with all this
Three
stuff,
Musketeers.
Man. I don't like a Three Musketeers.
Let's see what else.
Too much nougat.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Oh, yeah, I like those. And Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
I don't like Three Musketeers. To me, he's got too much of that stuff in the middle. I don't like it.
Too much nougat.
Nougat. Is that what they call it? Nougat?
Yeah, a lot of nougat.
A lot of nougat.
Here's the pitch to Jackson Reese. Fouled left field. Reese batting .444 in the year.
Reese is one of those guys as a freshman. I think he played some in the infield. He's one of these guys that can play any position. Those guys are important to have when somebody goes down, you got to make moves. Guys like Reese, those are guys that you like because they can play any place and they're not going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Reese with 24 hits on the year and 54 at-bats. Now, Jackson Reese, his favorite candy's Twizzlers. We know about Twizzlers.
Okay, yeah, I like a good Twizzler.
Here's his favorite drink. It's cucumber Gatorade.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds.
I don't know. It may be refreshing.
Like something I would get at a spa.
Here's the 1-1 from Knuckles. It's swung on by Reese.
Get a massage and a cucumber Gatorade. I didn't even know they made cucumber Gatorade.
I didn't either, but that's what it says.
You remember when when they first came out, they was in the glass jar?
Yeah.
You remember those when I was a kid?
You don't get anything in glass anymore. It's all plastic.
Yeah.
Water, Coke,
yeah,
whatever you get. The bottles used to be taste better. I always thought the glass bottles.
Yeah, I think my wife thinks I got too much of that plastic stuff floating around in my blood system, in my bloodstream.
2-2 is a count to Jackson Reese.
You got to think middle of the way right here. You got to let the ball travel. You got to let it get to you.
Pitches outside.
And you got to think middle of the way right here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to shorten up. You got to shorten his stride. You got to choke up on the bat. You just got to put this one in play. And another thing we always used to tell, nothing above your hands.
Right. Oh. So Reese will head down to first. And it will bring up Sutton Hyde next. 5 seniors straight here for the Trojans in a batting order. Sutton Hyde batting .358 on the year. 13 RBIs, 19 hits. He's hit 2 home runs this season. Now, Sutton's a little different on his candy. He likes Airhead Extreme Bites.
Yeah, I think I've had those.
You've had those?
Yeah, those
Okay.
are pretty good. Can't eat too many of them,
A
though.
little too much tart.
Yeah,
they're
there's
sour.
a lot of sour to
Yeah.
those.
Now, his drink is C4 Green Jolly Rancher Energy Drink.
God,
I don't know where did he come up with this stuff.
I have no idea.
I've never seen that. Well, I never really looked for it in the store. But
What'd you say? It was a Jolly Rancher?
C4 Green Jolly Rancher Energy Drink.
Huh.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
I didn't either.
Now we're going to get Reese to head to second. Wild pitch there from Knuckles. Yeah.
It's now everybody's got a walk-up song. They got bows.
Yeah, I've got a few of those I can add here later. What
would your walk-up song be, Jay?
I don't know. I mean, I had a lot of good songs that I liked, but that one down the left field line fouls. Of course, I'm trying to learn all this new country music stuff. Since
I don't.
Doing middays now on WHHT. It's
so you're doing country?
Yeah, country's hottest hits.
Huh.
Get the plug in.
I don't know any of the new country guys.
How about Shabuzi and Post Malone and Jelly Roll?
I couldn't tell you a song they sang.
I didn't know who they were either.
I couldn't tell you one song that Post Jelly Roll or Jelly Malone or whatever. I don't know.
Jelly Malone.
I couldn't tell you one song that those guys sang.
Well, one of them from Jelly Roll's "I'm Not Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's popped up toward the Barren dugout, and making the catch is the first baseman, Caleb Stinson, right in front of the dugout. So now 2 down.
I guess if I had a walk-up song, and this is the one that I used to play, we did Crazy Train for years when we were doing our infield. And then the last year I changed it to Motorhead, Time to Play the Game. And my guys didn't like that song, but I told them it was tough. They were going to listen to it anyway because I liked it. So I guess if I had a walk-up song, it would be Lemmy, Motorhead.
I like the oldies myself. You know, Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, well, you know, Motorhead they are old. Lemmy's not even alive anymore, so
no,
they are an older group. But you know what? That's the only song I know by Motorhead. I just liked it. I think I saw it when John Cena walked out to his wrestling matches. I think that's where I first heard it.
1-0 pitch. Axel Dysholm is the batter. Dysholm batting .280.
He's a good-looking kid. I don't know Axel. That's a cool name, though,
Yeah,
Axel.
14 hits, 13 RBIs. See if he can knock Jackson Reese in. 2-0 pitch. It's chopped right down the third base line for a foul ball. Let's look at Axel here. Let's see. He likes Bob Marley. Black licorice is his favorite candy.
Ooh, I do like liquor.
Water is his favorite drink. Now, you can't beat water.
Well, you can't beat water, no.
Yep.
Gets boring, though.
Unless you put a little flavor in it.
Unless you're really thirsty, then, yeah.
Knuckles checking Reese out. Oh, it hit him right in the helmet. So he'll make his way down to first. It looks like he's okay. Right smack in the helmet. Aiden Keeney, the catcher.
Yeah, he's a 4-year starter. He started when he was a freshman. Really good kid, smart. Really knows how to handle the dish as they say.
Reese's Pieces, his favorite candy.
Yeah,
you like Reese's Pieces too, right?
Yeah, I do like Reese's Pieces, yep. What's his favorite drink?
Arnold Palmer.
Oh, yeah, he likes the sweet tea, doesn't he?
Yep. First pitch is a ball.
Are we on 104.7?
104.7, yeah. Are they not getting it on 104.7? Reed, you might want to check that out back of the station.
They're listening. It's just music.
Just music, they say. So you might want to check that out, see what's going on.
Thank you.
Didn't know that. It's 104.7, not 103.1. Of course, Glasgow games are on 103.1. But they're not playing today, so. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, you can watch it on live stream. It's foul back. So, Reed, if you're listening to me, check that out if you don't mind, sir. Now, Aiden Keeney likes Hank Williams Jr.
Yep, that's kind of more my speed.
So Dysome is at first. Got Jackson Reese. He's headed to third. But got him out here at the plate with a strikeout, and that will end the inning for the Trojans. Do not get any runs there in the first.
No runs, no hits, no errors, as they say.
And 2 men left. So after 1, it is Monroe County 3, Barren County nothing. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. This is Trojan Baseball on WCLU Burgundy, 104.7 FM.
Haven't heard? There's a new approach to banking. It's called Kasasa, and you'll find it at the People's Bank. Your free Kasasa checking account offers you monthly cashback rewards. The Kasasa Cash Checking Account can earn you a very high interest rate on your balance. Then link Kasasa Saver, and you'll also get a high rate on your deposits. Grow with Kasasa at the People's Bank in Glasgow, Cave City, and Barren. The People's Bank, working for you.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. Restrictions may vary. Contact the People's Bank for details and to learn more.
We've got you. It's a pledge to make sure you're always taken care of. A pledge that Farmers RECC honors each and every day. When it comes to keeping things running smoothly or getting them back on track when they're not, we've got you. Always. Farmers RECC is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
As we head to inning number 2. And the Trojans are trailing the Falcons 3-0.
Yeah, hopefully Matthew gets settled here. This inning right here, you got the top of the lineup. You got Wade Carnahan, Travis Wood at the top, and then you got Reese Bartley. So you got 9-1-2.
Yeah, Wade Carnahan will lead it off for the Falcons, the catcher, senior. And Carnahan on the season batting .200, 5 hits, 3 of those doubles. Matthews' pitch is a strike to Carnahan. The 0-1.
Just a bit inside.
Yeah.
And a little high.
Carnahan played on the, I know he played on the basketball team at Monroe County this year. To 1-1 pitch. Ooh.
That kind of looked like it was a foul tip.
Yeah.
That was a check swing.
That is what
tip.
He was checking there. There's a strike. So it should be 2-2. Okay. Okay, we're getting a report that 104.7 is working fine. There's a catch made in left field by Jordan Harris for the first out.
Jordan Harris, football guy, right? Does he
Yes.
play football?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, part of that good Barren County
10-3,
football team in the fall. Yeah,
third round of the playoffs.
Yeah, first time in history. We got top of the line up here, Travis Wood.
Travis Wood.
I'm going to toot my own horn, Jay, because I can. And I'm old enough. But in 1984, I played football and baseball in high school.
Right field, and it could be trouble. It went all the way to the fence.
That off the fence.
Yep.
Short porch, you got a chance to get him.
Travis Wood will make it to second. Wood.
With
of course,
a
we
double.
talked about his batting average, just 233.
Yeah, he about smoked out now the park.
Yeah.
But back to my story. In 1984, I played on the first ever Trojan football team to win the district. We won the district that year, and we played the first home playoff game against Hoptown and got beat 10-7 in a driving rainstorm. It was one of them Forrest Gump sideways rain. It was one of those kind of games.
Yeah, that was the last time the Trojans had won a district, right? 84, because we talked about it being over 40 years. 40 years.
So we haven't won one
until
since.
this year. Yeah. There's a strike delivered by Estes to Reese Bartley.
Reese got on first inning on a sacrifice bunt error.
Estes fires right to center field, right into the glove of Sutton Hyde, and they are 2 down.
Number 20,
Briar Burke.
He struck out his first time up.
Now, you were talking about that 2008 team that won the regional tournament, and you beat Greenwood 9-7. You said you were up 9-0 in that game.
Yeah,
I think I remember that.
We had a chance to run rule them. I wish we had. It would have made for a lot less stressful night. I can tell you.
Got a little interesting later on.
Yeah, it did.
Burke chopped that one down the third base line for a foul.
Need to get out of this inning.
Yep, he's Matthew Estes now 40 pitches in this game so far. And it's a ground ball, and it's stopped there by J.P. Hyde. High throw. Almost went into the dugout, didn't it, or close to it?
It bounced off the wall. That's another error for Barren County.
So
Let's in another run.
Yep. As Wood scores for the Falcons and make it a 4-0 lead for Monroe County.
And Bryson Knuckles got a single last time up, drove in a run, stole the base. Hit one back up the middle.
And Knuckles batting .324, 11 hits on the year. He's got 7 RBIs coming into the game today. Here's Estes with the throw, and it is inside.
A little breaking ball around the plate.
.1-0 into right center, and it will be caught. Axel Dysom.
So Monroe scored one run.
They did score one.
One run off a double by Travis Wood, and then a throwing error by JP. So Monroe scores another one. So as we go into the bottom half of the second.
Yep, it's 4-0 Monroe County. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU 104.7 FM.
Extreme Health Club and Extreme Fitness for Women, both with 24-hour access. And Extreme Blend Smoothie Bar to help you refuel and recover. Over 8,000 square feet of weights in Extreme Health Club and ladies only at Extreme Fitness for Women, including tanning beds, both with access to saunas, infrared saunas, and the 90-degree saline therapy pool. You'll love the wide variety of classes with experienced instructors. Personal training is available and with the best in the business. Call or stop by today and see what everybody's talking about.
Our dental health plays a vital role in our overall health. Practicing good dental hygiene is especially important for children.
When was your child's last checkup?
Riley Dental Group is invested in making sure you and your family have the healthiest smile possible. They understand a dental visit may prompt anxiety or nervousness, but Dr. Riley and his team offer a variety of solutions, including a comforting and friendly visit from Bennett, their therapy dog. Call Riley Dental Group for an appointment, 651-5939.
Monroe County Falcons.
Yeah, bats need to wake up here.
Yeah.
Need to push a couple across the plate here.
Gavin Coffey, Skylar Potter, Bryce Thompson, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Coach J.R. Estes. Again, the Trojanettes are playing tonight. I was trying to get an update, but I haven't heard anything yet. Trojanettes at Grayson.
I coached Gavin's aunt in softball back in the late 90s. She was a Trojanette. She played basketball and played softball. Of course, had Gavin's dad in class.
Yeah.
So I'm old. I'm old.
If you're old, I'm ancient.
Yeah, I knew I was old when I was teaching school, and I had a kid came up to me one day and said, "Hey, do you know so-and-so?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "That's my dad." And I was like, "Well, thanks." I was like, "There's a second generation, but there ain't going to be a third one, I can tell you that."
Gavin Coffey batting .233 on the year. He's got 10 hits on the season, and he smacks this one to center field. Going back, Ooh. Cannot make the catch, and Coffey will round first and head to second, and he'll get a double out of it for the Trojans.
There we go.
And that is his 4th double of the season for Barren County.
That's a good start for Barren County right here.
Need to keep it rolling. Which will bring up Skylar Potter next.
So early in the count, you want to try to look for something that's kind of middle of the way so you can get that guy to third base early in the count. So you need to kind of look for something that's middle of the way.
Yep. Knuckles fires, and that one's going to be a foul ball. Left side.
Good swing.
Uh-huh. Potter batting .238 on the year.
What grade is he in, Jay?
He is a junior.
Junior, okay.
Oh, and 1 is a count to Potter. Knuckles. Oh, wild pitch. And that'll move Coffey to third.
So now you just kind of want to put it into play. Looks like Monroe County's got their guys back, so they're going to trade the run for the out. So you just need to put this in play. Put it somewhere out in the green, ground ball, get this run in.
Mm-hmm. Knuckles checking out third. Now the 1-1. Out to left field. It may be gone. It is. Home run. How about that? Skylar Potter for the Trojans.
He definitely put it in the green. As a matter of fact, he hit it in the swamp.
Yeah, that's his first home run of the season. So he'll bring in Coffey. And so the Trojans now with a 4-2 deficit here. Let's see if we can keep it going with no outs.
That was a good swing. It looked like it had the distance as soon as it left.
It was lifting. You know, that even the first pitch that he took, it was a foul ball. He had some power behind it.
So now the batter is Bryce Thompson.
Freshman.
A freshman.
A freshman, Bryce Thompson. Batting .300 on the year.
It looks like
9 hits on the season.
I believe got an injury out there in left field. I don't know. He must have banged into the fence.
Is that Reese Bartley? Because he's in left field.
Yes.
Yeah, Reese Bartley in left field. Travis Wood center field. Levi Miller in right field for the Falcons. Briar Burke is the second baseman. Caleb Stinson at first. Noah Hagan, the shortstop. Caden Gerald's at third. Wade Carnahan's behind the plate. And Bryson Knuckles on the mound. So looks like he is up and he's okay. 4-2, Monroe County here, bottom of the second inning.
You know, for years we had a warning track here.
Yeah.
That was actually taken out and the fences moved in.
It moved in about 10 feet, right?
Yeah, we put that warning track in probably 20 years ago, and just where the field's located, just had a hard time keeping the safe coat. It would wash, and golly, so took that out a couple of years ago. So we didn't have a warning track to tell him that he was in where it was at.
Pitch to Thompson's a ball. Again, Thompson, the only starter that's a freshman for the Trojans. Here's Knuckles with a pitch. And that one is going to be high for ball 2. No outs here. Bottom of the second. Barren has scored 2 runs here in the bottom of the second. Here's Knuckles with a 2-0. Out to left field. It will drop for a base hit to come to the glove of, bounce to the glove of Reese Bartley's. Excuse me, that's Thompson with the single.
Well, that's 3 hits in a row. Looks like the bats finally woke up here. Got Jordan Harris.
Yeah. And Jordan Harris on the year, batting .298. 9 RBIs on the season, 14 hits.
That's pretty good for a 9-hole hitter. If you got a 9-hole guy that can hit like that, that's something. That's almost like another leadoff hitter.
Yeah. Bunts it down the first base line. It is scooped up, and he didn't make the tag, did he? Well, there's some confusion here now. Okay. I didn't think he tagged him.
No, and
kind of
I heard some of the Monroe County fans. It's like he slid. It's like, well, you can slide into first base, but most people just don't. Most people don't, but you can slide into first base. Yeah. Now, whether or not he might be discussing whether or not he was outside of the running lane,
I don't think he was.
But it didn't look like he didn't look like.
Of course, we got instant replay with the Glasgow Electric Plant Board. If you're watching on the live stream,
let's review it. Everything's reviewed now.
Anymore.
You can't. You know, if you're watching basketball games, the last 2 minutes of a basketball game lasts an hour and a half.
It does.
Everything is reviewed.
Yeah. Saw that in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
You know.
So Barron's got 4 hits in a row. That brings us back up to the top of the lineup.
Yeah, J.P. Hyde.
With J.P.
And had a little, I don't know, did they sprain his wrist?
I don't know.
Jordan Harris, he's kind of shaking that left wrist there, or right wrist.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think
it's his left wrist.
It might, sliding, when you slide head first, it's a good way to dislocate fingers.
You can. Seems to be okay.
Oh. I think Coach Wells.
Harris going to run second. He'll slide in head first to second. And that's his 6th stolen base of the year for the Trojans.
I think Coach Wells pulled his finger back in place. I was told. I wasn't paying any attention. I've seen that over my coaching career, man. I don't think I ever pulled back a finger, but I've seen it done a few times.
Jam that finger. Still no outs.
I need to drive one in the gap here, tie this thing up.
Actually could take the lead. Get the go-ahead run here at the plate. 4-2, and it chops it right down the third. Egg stays fair. It'll go all the way back almost to the fence, and Trojans will score 2 more to tie the game. It's 4-4.
JP with a big double there, drove in a couple runs.
After a little slow start.
Yeah, that's 5 hits in a row. 2 doubles and a homer. And a couple singles.
Yeah. Jackson Reese, next batter up.
Well, it was good hustle by Jordan Harris on the bunt. He pushed it down the first base line and just real aggressive there that got Barren County that extra run.
Jackson Reese, submission, batting .444, coming into the game today. 10 RBIs. And that pitch is outside, gets away from the catcher, Wade Carnahan, and JP head on over to third. Let's see if Reese can put some power to this one and
put the Trojans on top.
Get the lead here. Counts 1-0. Jackson Reese. There's Bryson Knuckles with a pitch. Got the outside corner. I'll leave it up at 1-1. Great afternoon for baseball.
Yeah, it's been
here.
a beautiful day. It's been windy, though.
A little windy. 76 degrees right now. And that pitch just misses outside.
Good eye by Jackson.
Mm-hmm. 1-1 pitch coming from Knuckles. Yeah, that gets away from the catcher. Carnahan's going to go for it, but then we'll score. J.P. Hyde puts the Trojans in front. It's 5-4.
That 4-0 lead left pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it's 3-1 count here. Jackson, that's what it's called a hitter's count. 2-0, 3-1. Most of the time guys are going to come fastball here, so that's what he should be looking for, trying to set on right here.
Mm-hmm. And a pitch to Reese is a ground ball towards second. Bobbled, and can't make the throw. Reese will get the single infield.
And, of course, I was wrong. He threw off speed.
So Reese now with his 25th hit of the year. Brings up Sutton Hyde for the Trojans.
Sutton popped up to the first baseman in the first inning. Barron's got no outs.
Yep. And Monroe has nobody warming up. There's a throw back to first to try to catch Reese off guard, but Reese back there safely.
It's getting about that time of day. If you're a first baseman here at Trojan Field, it's a nightmare to try to see. That sun, it's right in your eyes.
Yep.
It's hard to see.
And the pitch from Knuckles in the dirt gets away from Carnahan, and Reese will head over to second.
Tell you what, Carnahan's getting a workout here this inning.
Now assistant coach Jesse Shirley heading out to the mound. I don't know if we'll see a change here, because nobody was warming up, but they can still make the change. But now, a lot of pitches been getting away from the catcher.
Yeah, it's like Knuckles has kind of had pretty good command of his pitches in the first inning. He's kind of lost his way here a little bit in the second.
Yep.
Probably just going out there just trying to calm everybody down. Looks like they're going to leave him in.
Quick conversation.
He plays quarterback, right? From Monroe County? Yeah, good athlete.
And plays on a basketball team, too. So he's a three-sport athlete.
Is he a senior? Junior?
He is a junior, but I think he took over a year back in 8th grade, maybe, or 7th for COVID.
Okay, they got the COVID year there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. I forget. It's
Yeah,
a
they
reason
allowed
why
him to-
there's guys still playing college basketball that's 42.
Swing and a miss by Sutton Hyde. Jackson Reese is at second. No outs. Here in the bottom of the second, Barren County has scored 5 runs to take a 5-4 lead. Knuckles fires. Swung on by Hyde.
Last two swings look to me like Sutton's pulling off the ball. His head, when he's finishing his swing, is looking over into the Monroe County dugout to try to keep his head and shoulders quiet, as we used to say.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2-2. Still no outs here. Reese is at second. Knuckles checking him out. Now throws. That one's lifted up toward left. And going back and make a catch there. That was Reese Bartley. Wasn't sure if he's going to contain that one, but he did.
Well, one thing about this wind, man, it's coming down off the hill, and it's it looks like it's kind of messing with everybody in the outfield just a little bit.
Yeah, that breeze still blowing out there. You can see the flag out in center field.
It's blowing straight out.
Mm-hmm. Axel Dysome. One out. Reese still at second. Here's the throw from Knuckles. That pitch is a little high. And that one's chopped off foul toward the Monroe County dugout.
Axel hit, his first time up today. Hit by a pitch. It hit him in the head, I think.
Yeah, it hit him right in the helmet.
Yep.
Knuckles checking out Reese. Now the 1-1. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. Smell them hamburgers cooking.
Yeah, it smell pretty good, actually.
Knuckles and Dysome swings on that
little
pitch.
Off-speed pitch there by Knuckles. Got him out on his kind of a little early on the swing.
Knuckles up at 47 pitches right now. And that one's chopped to third. Long throw to first is in time. Reese will head to third. I'm sorry. That's the second out of the inning for Barren County.
Now batting number 9, Aiden Keeney.
Now Aiden Keeney, the catcher.
He gets on base. They'll hit around this inning.
Mm-hmm. 5 runs already for the Trojans here at the bottom of the second. Let's see if they can tack on to that. Knuckles fires, and swung on by Keeney.
So after today, the Trojans have a few days off after this play next Thursday. Looks like it's going to be a rainy week.
It could be. This one's going out to left center, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Travis Wood. And that will end the inning for the Trojans. But Barren scores 5 here in the bottom of the second and lead Monroe County 5-4. We played 2, and this is Trojan Baseball on WCLU Burgundy 104.7 FM.
Get in. We're making country great again. Come on.
Whiskey River, take my mind.
Willie 94.1.
You got to have an ace in the hole.
Willie 94.1.
I'm a hard working man.
The Big Willie. It's great country. Willie 94.1.
We're making country great again, and we've got the Real Trader for you every weekday morning starting at 8. Join me, Mac Daniels, for it right here on Willie 94.1.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
And it will be Caden Gerald's, Caleb Stinson, Grady Starnes. 5, 6, 7 hitters for Coach Ashley Gerald's.
Well, for Barren County in the bottom of the second, they scored 5 runs on 5 hits. Skylar Potter hit a 2-run homer. Monroe County had 1 error. So going into the top of the third, Barren County erased that 4-0 lead. Now they're leading at 5-4.
Yeah.
Caden Geralds drew a walk first time up.
Caden Geralds Jr. Nice pitch from Estes. Now, Matthew Estes, you know what his favorite food is? I'll tell you in just a second. Just take a guess.
I'm gonna say rhubarb.
How about
rhubarb pie? How about that?
Ribeye, medium rare, a side of steak fries, and corn.
Ooh, you know what? That does sound pretty good.
Corn on the cob sounds good.
Yeah, I like
that's
it.
what he means. Corn on the cob.
But he needs a bone-in ribeye. You don't need just a regular. You got to have some. You got to have some fat. You got to have a bone in that thing to make it taste good.
To go with the ribeye, you got to have corn on the cob. That's for sure. And that one's going to be popped directly to the shortstop, J.P. Hyde, for the first out of the inning here in the third.
I've known Matthew since he was probably about 6 years old. We used to have baseball camps in the summertime, and he would come, and he looks exactly like he does now, except he's 6'5". But back then, he was like 5'6" as a sixth grader. I mean, as a first grader, as a 6-year-old.
Pitch to Caleb Stinson. This is inside.
He had an RBI single in the first inning.
Now you were talking about, of course, off till Thursday, Campbellsville, and then Central Hardin on Friday. That's 2 teams out of the 5th region.
Traditionally strong programs. I think Central Hardin's kind of been down the last couple of years.
Yeah, it used to be pretty good.
But they're normally in Campbellsville's always Campbellsville. Man, Taylor County and Campbellsville.
Taylor County's pretty good
They
too.
just grow good baseball. It's like Russell County. They just grow. They got good dirt there. They grow good baseball teams.
Barren played Taylor earlier in the year, lost 8-2.
Of course, a good friend of mine, Jeff Gum, who was an assistant baseball coach here when I played, went to Taylor County and coached basketball, and then coached baseball for probably 35 years, I guess. And his dad,
Keeney trying to go for the catch. He makes it. He dropped it. He had it in his glove and then dropped it.
And then he had a brother named Greg Gum that coached baseball at North Hardin for a lot of years. And their dad, Pee Wee Gum, coached baseball for over, I'm thinking, 40 years at Greene County. And at one time, and I think he's been passed now, but at one time was the all-time winningest baseball coach in the state of Kentucky. So
it may still be that.
And Coach Butler, when he played for Pee Wee Gum at Greene County, I
remember John telling me the story about that.
Yeah, we used to go up there and play them, and we'd get a shellacking. Now, my senior year, we played them, and we ended up beating them. But most of the time when we played them, we were taking an L. They were solid. Greene County's always been traditionally a good, solid baseball school.
Full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Stinson, and he swung on that one. And that will be the second out of the inning for Monroe County. 54 pitches now for Matthew Estes.
That's third strikeout for Matthew.
Yep.
Now it's Grady Starnes came up. He's the DH. He struck out his first time up.
Yep, Grady Starnes, one of the seniors for Monroe County. Here's the pitch from Estes. And that one's going to be just a little high for ball 1. Still waiting on a score on the Barren County-Grayson County softball game. I think it started at 5 o'clock. Now, you talked about Taylor County a minute ago. Trojans play them again as Estes delivers a strike. Trojans will play Taylor County again on May 12th.
Yeah, that's here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's right. And this one's going to loop out to right field for a base hit for Grady Starnes.
You know, playing Grayson County last night, and traditionally Grayson County out of the 3rd region has always been a really strong baseball program as well.
Yep. It's going to bring up Noah Hagan next for Monroe County.
Now it's been 3 years since I've been to Grayson County, but they always. What's funny about Grayson County's field, in left field, there's a power line that goes across the outfield, and so if the ball hits the power line, you play it. And so we were playing Grayson County, and we had a kid named Tyler Miller that was in left field, and we were playing against, it wasn't Grayson County. Who was it that we played against?
I don't know.
And anyway, this kid hits a rocket.
Yeah. We played 3.5. It is 5-4. Trojans over Monroe County. Back after this 1-minute timeout. This is Trojan Baseball, brought to you by Don Franklin Auto at WCLU Burgundy 104.7 FM.
So Aero Safety is an international safety consulting company based right here in Glasgow, Kentucky. We offer a wide variety of services, ranging anything from safety training to administrative services like policy procedures. It's any manufacturing, any industry around our area, we can apply that. And we can also make everything site-specific to the customer. So we make sure we're incorporating the company's policies, procedures, applicable hazards, equipment, things like that, that it's make it more relevant and engaging for the customer. Aero Safety is here to keep your employees safe and keep your business headed in the right direction.
4 over Monroe County, and to lead it off for the Trojans will be Gavin Coffey, followed by Skylar Potter, and then Bryce Thompson.
So to finish up my story, in Grayson County, we were playing Hancock County. We were playing a doubleheader there, and there's a power line that runs across left field. So when we went up to the plate for the coaches meeting, they said anything that hits off that power line is in play. You can play it. So this kid from Hancock County rips one, and it would have been a homer. I mean, it would have been. He crushed it. Hit that power line, and Tyler Miller, who was our left fielder, just happened to be standing right under the power line. Well, he ends up catching it, which is an out. And I think we ended up doubling somebody off. Well, the assistant coach for Hancock comes running out, and he goes, "What's the deal?" And the home plate umpire just looked at him. He said, "Were you at the coaches' meeting at home plate before the game started?" He said, "No." He said, "Well, you need to turn around and go back to the dugout." Yeah, I don't know if that power line's still there now or not. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there.
The DH, Gavin Coffey.
He doubled. He led off the second with a double over the center fielder's head in the second inning, which led to Barren County, one of Barren County's 5 runs.
Pitch count now 50 for Bryson Knuckles. Here's number 51, and this one sails out to center field, and it is gone. Gavin Coffey with a home run for the Trojans to make it 6-4.
Well, that's, that to hit that ball in right center, that takes some pop right there. But he got up in the jet stream, man. That thing just went.
Yeah. That's Gavin Coffey's 3rd home run of the year for the Trojans.
Second one they've hit today.
Yeah.
And Skylar Potter, the batter up now, hit the first one.
Got it. Tim Wilson sending us the update on the Barren softball game. It's 9-0 Trojanettes, top of the 3rd inning.
Good game for
Pretty
Barren
good game
for the
start
Trojanettes.
after the loss last night to Allen. That district game 10-7. Skylar Potter up next for Barren as Knuckles throws the pitch as a ball. Gavin Coffey knocking it over the fence. And this one Going to be popped up to the left. Rushing for it is Gerald's, and he makes the catch.
That was a major league pop-up right there. That thing was a mile high.
It was. Had to wait a while for that one. Bryce Thompson up next for the Trojans.
Singled and scored a run in the second inning. You know what I like about Bryce Thompson, and I don't know him, but he's got the same number that I wore when I played, number 4.
You're number 4?
Yeah.
Knuckles fires it, chops it down the third base line, but it's a foul.
Now he doesn't have a lot to live up to with that jersey number, but that's the number. That's the number I had.
He's just a freshman, batting .300 on the year, 9 hits on the season. And that pitch gets the outside corner to even a count at 2-2. Trojans scored 5 runs in the second, and they've scored 1 here in the third so far. That home run by Gavin Coffey.
How would you say that was his third on the season?
Third on the season.
How many have they hit total? Do you know?
Total in the season, 5. They've hit 2 today.
All right.
So you can make that 7 on the stat sheet. Full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Thompson. Chopped it right in front of the plate, in between the plate and, a wild throw way over the head. And Thompson will hit on up to second. That one went way over the head of Caleb Stinson, the first baseman. Man.
A little like we used to call them a swinging bunt. I think he had plenty of time. I'm not sure. I think he thought that he didn't have a lot of time, but I think if he'd have just kind of settled down, I think he would have. I think he rushed himself a little bit. Here's Jordan Harris.
Yep.
He had a single and a stolen base last inning.
We're at the bottom of the order here, too.
Barron's got a runner in scoring position on the error.
See what Harris can do here as Knuckles checks second. And Bryce Thompson still eyeing him down. Steps off. .61 pitches now for Bryson Knuckles. And we're in the bottom of the third inning. Pitch from Knuckles, and that comes over the plate for a strike. Following Trojan baseball here this afternoon, WCLU Radio, 104.7 FM, online at WCLUradio.com, and on the BC live stream today. Pitch bounced off Carnahan, but contained it. Jordan Harris, sophomore for the Trojans.
He's a big kid.
Uh-huh. And the 1-1 from Knuckles. And it got away from Carnahan, and Thompson will head on over to third.
Another pass ball by Knuckles.
Yeah. And they don't have anybody warming up. They've got several pitchers, I've noticed, on their stat sheet. Travis Wood even pitches for the Falcons. And that pitch is high, 3-1. Caden Charles also has pitched in 5 games. Wood in 5 games. This is Knuckles' 5th game. Kind of even it out there. And Noah Hagan has also pitched in 4 games. Kind of spread the wealth, I guess, for the pitching duties. There's a strike. We got a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes and an out with Thompson at third. And here's the delivery from Knuckles, and that's going to be a foul out to the right side, out of play.
Yep, got to protect the plate here. You got to choke up, shorten the stroke, just put it in play. Put it in play, you score a run here.
Mm-hmm. Trojans have a 6-4 lead after trailing 3-0 after one. And that one sails over the head of Harris, and he'll head down to first. So we have runners on the corners with one out for Barren County. And we go back to the top with J.P. Hyde.
Yeah, J.P. is 1 for 2 on the day, struck out. Drove in 2 runs with a double in the second. Got a chance to pick up another RBI right here.
Mm-hmm. You know some of this music that he likes? Sam Barber. You know Sam Barber?
I've never heard of him. Is that Sam the Sham?
Sam. Harris heading to second. He'll make it in time. Now, I like J.P. Hyde's favorite drink, sweet tea.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
Especially in the summertime on a hot day. Here's Knuckles. Oh, man, that almost, if J.P. hadn't ducked.
Yeah, Knuckles has kind of had some control issues here this inning. He's got his pitch count all the way to 70 pitches here in the third.
Yep. And that pitch is a ball. 2-1. J.P. Hyde, the batter. Here's the pitch. Oh, man, what a slam into left field. As Thompson will score, and Harris will score. And now the Trojans have an 8-4 lead here in the bottom of the third. Nice hit by J.P. Hyde.
He threw his bat about as far as the ball
went. Yeah, he did go about halfway down the third base line there.
Yeah, that's 4 RBIs on the day for J.P.
That gives him a total of 12 RBIs on the season.
Yeah, Jackson's 0 for 1 on the day. He walked first inning, reached base on an error by the second baseman, Briar Burke, in the second.
8-4. Knuckles fires back to first. JP there. Only one out here in the bottom of the third for the Trojans. As Knuckles fires, man, that one will come in a strike.
It's not one you'd want to try to take a swing at. You know, first pitch, curveball. Not really anything that you could do with that one.
Yep.
It was a good take.
Throw back to first. J.P. Hyde. Have to do a little laundry tonight for J.P. Number 74 in the pitches. There's a throw to second, and J.P. slides in. One ball, one strike, one out.
It's Barren County's third stolen base of the day so far. Another guy in the scoring position.
Yep. That one hit the dirt. Jackson Reese is the batter. Barren County has scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the third so far. They scored 5 in the second after going scoreless in the first. 2 good innings so far. Knuckles. That will walk Reese. That was a no. That was at the okay.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it was too. He started down that way. So it's 3-1. Knuckles with a 3-1. That one's fouled to the left. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Knuckles fires, and there's your walk for Reese.
That's his second walk today. That brings to the plate center fielder Sutton Hyde, who's 0 for 2. He popped up to the first baseman in the first inning, popped up to left field in the third.
So he's due up.
In the second, I'm sorry.
He's due. A little discussion going on. Now Coach Ashley Charles is going to make his way out.
And he may be making a pitching change here.
Yeah, they do have somebody warming up, and I can't make the number out from here. Need binoculars. Yeah, Knuckles at 76 on the pitch count, and we're only in the third inning. So who will it be? The only person that's not in the lineup so far is Jack Dubry. It's Travis Wood.
Travis Wood got a lefty, Travis Wood.
So Travis Wood was in center field. And who is going to go out there?
Pitching for the Falcons, number 1, Travis Wood.
So Travis Wood, look at his stats here. ERA at 2.80. He's thrown 304 pitches in 5 games. Thrown in 15 innings. Given up 19 runs, 6 of those earned. Struck out 19, walked 10.
Looks like he's got some decent velocity.
Left-handed pitcher. So he's going to see who moved to center field for his spot.
They may just
switch.
They may have just switched places.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know where he went. He didn't come off the field, though.
And we'll find out here in a minute. Now Knuckles is going to second. So where's Burke going? Outfield?
I can't see that. I can't see that far. I can barely see this scorebook that I'm writing in. I sure can't see whose number's out there in center field. Now they got a lefty out there in center. He may have moved to left.
So Bartley was in left field. Miller was in right field. And so now Knuckles at second, trying to make out who's in center field. Well,
he's out there somewhere.
Yeah. Whoever it is out there. All right, we're ready to go. As Wood makes his first pitch. Ooh. Well, struck him at the knees. Sutton Hyde, the batter. We're still in the third inning. It's 8-4 Trojans. Runners are going. And that ball goes into the left field. Wow. So now JP will score to make it 9-4. Boy, they have thrown a bunch of wild. So now you got Jackson Reese at second.
Oh, so I just found out that Travis Wood is going to play baseball next year at Lindsey Wilson.
Oh, okay.
I'd say he's probably going to be a pitcher.
Yep. This one's flat out to right center, and it is right through the gap. How about that one? Here comes Jackson Reese rounding third, and he's going to head home, and the Trojans will have a 10-4 lead as Sutton Hyde makes it all the way to the third.
Yep. Triple. Got the ball in the gap. Nice piece of hit in the middle of the way.
And that's his third triple of the year. 14th RBI on the season. So now the Trojans have scored 5 here at the bottom of the third to take a 10-4 lead.
Axel Dyson is up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, ground out to the third baseman in the second.
Here's Wood's pitch. And that one's going to go to right field, and looking for it was Knuckles, but it's caught by the right fielder. I think that's Levi Miller. So he's going to throw home now, but sliding in head first for the score is Sutton Hyde, and now Barren County takes an 11-4 lead. They have blown this thing wide open after trailing 3-0 after the first. Actually trailed 4-0 before
Well,
the
it's
first
a
score.
good heads-up play by Sutton. They kind of took their time trying to get the ball back in. Sutton saw that, so I'm sure that Axel's probably going to go in and congratulate him for doing that because that saved him an at-bat, got him an RBI and a sacrifice fly.
How about that? Aiden Keeney next for the Trojans. Pitch from Wood outside.
So it's just one out, right?
Is it one or two? It is two, right?
I got one out.
You just got one?
I think. That's what I got written down.
We got a 2-0 count here to Keeney. Wood's pitch. Flight out to the right. It's going to be fouled. How about if we just score another, 3 more, 4 more? Well, it's got to be
5
innings. 5 innings.
Yeah.
Not like softball. Well, then go score 15 in 3.
Well, it's like that. It's like that in baseball too. It's 15 after 3.
It's 15 after 3, 10 after 5.
Yeah.
Yep. Wood. And that's going to walk Keeney.
And Barren County has batted around this inning.
Yep, Gavin Coffey, who hit the home run.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2, man. Had a good
day.
Night. He's had a double and a home run. Good day to plate for Gavin.
Junior for the Trojans.
So now, if you're a base runner at first base, there's different ways that you have to look for a left-hand pitcher. Some people will look at their lead foot, and if it crosses
like that right there.
Yeah, if it crosses the rubber, you can't go to first base. But we always taught our guys to read the back shoulder because if the back shoulder is going to turn, and you see that. But if you have a 3-man crew, what you get into a lot of times, if these guys will look like they're going to the plate, but they'll be like 3/4 of the way outside, and you can get away with that with a 2-man crew because it's hard for the field umpire to see that. But if you got a 3-man crew where the guy's at first base, he can see that whether or not that guy's actually making a move to first base.
Yeah. Coffey fouls that one off into the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Coffey. There's 2 outs.
But if you're on first base and if you study the move that they make,
Jackson Vincent is the courtesy runner, and they throw another wild pitch into the outfield, and they got away again, and Vincent's going to come in and score for the Trojans, sliding in head first, and it's 12-4. My, oh, my.
So that was Vincent that scored?
Yeah, he came in.
Pinch run?
Yeah.
Courtesy runner, as they call
courtesy
them.
runner. Well, the Trojanettes are leading 17-0, top of the fourth.
Yeah, that's going to be over early. It's a good thing when you go all that way to Grayson County because it's a long haul over there.
It is. There's no good way to get there.
It
really
takes a long time to get there.
Yeah.
I missed an out somewhere.
Yeah, well, that coffee just struck out, so that's going to be it for the Trojans. But 7 runs scored here in the third, and we played 3. It's Barren County 12, Monroe County 4. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. This is Trojan Baseball, brought to you by Don Franklin Auto on WCLU Burgundy 104.7 FM.
Growing up is realizing that everyone who told you to eat your breakfast when you were little was actually eating this for breakfast.
It's your turn to take your place at the breakfast table and savor the taste of culinary independence with freshly toasted bagels at McDonald's. Indulge in the breakfast you've always wanted and start the day off the right way, your way.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Cold weather means you've got some things to take care of, like heat to keep you warm and comfortable. Put it on your list of things to do. A call to Southern States Glasgow to fill your propane tank. Southern States is one of the top suppliers of propane gas in the country, and your Southern States in Glasgow is the local, smart, reliable source for all your propane needs. Safe, clean-burning propane gas is the premier energy source for heating and appliances. Call 651-6167 and 651-2159.
And we are now on 120 Cross Street, just off 31E South.
Just past the railroad tracks.
Colton Wilson is on the mound for the Trojans to start here in the fourth.
So for Barren County in the bottom of the third, they scored 7 runs on 5 hits. Home run by Gavin Coffey. Triple by J.P. Hyde. Led that inning with a couple of Monroe County errors.
They only had 2. It seemed like they had a lot more than that.
They just came at bad time. They're never good, but those came at a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 3 hitters for Monroe County in the top of the fourth is Carnahan, Wood, and Bartley.
Yeah, 9-1-2 for the Falcons.
Wade Carnahan flew out to left field his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
Just now going through the second round in the batting order, so Colton Wilson delivering a strike to Carnahan. Tipped that one off into the backside.
Good-looking lefty. What grade is he in?
He's a junior.
You never have enough lefties on your pitching staff. I always wanted to have a complete, total pitching staff that was left-handed. I was like, gosh, how many left-handers you got? That's all we got.
And here's his pitch. Yeah. How about that to start out with a strikeout to Carnahan?
And I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but lefties naturally have movement. So it's going to be, when they throw it, it's going to be tailing away from a right-hand hitter, and it's always going to be, or tailing away from a left-hand hitter, and it's going to be coming in to the right-hand hitter. They just always have that natural. It's just something that they just all have it.
Got lefty against lefty because Travis Wood's a left-handed batter.
Yeah, he's scored twice for Monroe County. He's 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Got a double off the wall in the second inning.
Wilson with a pitch. High and away, 2-1. We're in the top of the fourth here at Trojan Field. Barren County with a 12-4 lead. Wilson delivers, and that will be a ball. 2-1. 3-1, sorry. Wilson with a pitch to Wood. Swung
Good pitch. I was looking just now at the field, and I was like, man, it's getting really dark out here. But I got this plate window with the shade on it. That's the reason why it looks – your window don't look near as dark as my window.
because I've got it open.
Oh.
It's open window. Yeah, I got tinted windows.
How about number 11?
So Wilson walks Wood.
Bartley's 0 for 2. He got on error in the first inning and flew out to Sutton in the second. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
Throw back to first to Reese, trying to get Wood.
Oh, I think they called a balk.
Oh, okay, well, I didn't see that, but Wood heads up to second. I think that's what the umpires.
He's probably just telling him, what he did. I didn't really see anything that he did, but actually he was something that the field umpire didn't like.
So now you got Wood at second. There's one out, and
good pitch.
The batter's Reese Bartley. Yeah, the sun about ready to go down. I think 7:15.
Yeah, I'm sure those first basemen are glad that it's gone.
Wilson with a pitch. Right off the end of the bat. Yeah, sunset is 7:21, so we got about 10 more minutes, but it's behind the trees, so it doesn't really make any difference. 0-2 from Colton Wilson.
Good pitch.
Yep. Struck him out swinging. So Bartley goes down, and that will bring up now for the Falcons, Briar Burke.
Burke's 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out first inning. Error by JP in the second.
Still warm at 74 degrees.
I'm glad. I'm tired of the cold.
Yes, I'm ready for this kind of weather. Wilson is going to be low on that pitch. Barren County trailed 4-0 in this game before scoring 5 runs in the second and scored 7 in the third. Ground ball, got into left center field. And rounding third, heading home, here comes Travis Wood. And that will give the Falcons another run. They'll make it 12-5. With 2 outs, and that'll bring up Bryson Knuckles.
And Knuckles is 1 for 2 on the day. He's got an RBI, had an RBI single in the first, popped out to right field.
And here's Wilson with his pitch. Had some fire behind that one. Pop for a strike. Next Thursday, the Trojans host Campbellsville. That's their next game. That one out to right field. It's going to be out of play. Next Friday, host Central Hardin. We'll be here for that broadcast if it doesn't rain out. 5:15 next Friday. Trojanettes will host Clinton County on Monday, and we'll have the broadcast of that game. It's got switched from an away game. And Barren was supposed to play Warren East next week, but they moved the home game to this past week, Monday. This one's going to loop out to right field for a base hit for Bryson Knuckles.
That'll bring up Caden Gerald's third baseman for Monroe County. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He drew a walk in the first inning, and then he lined out to JP.
Yeah, so you got Burke at second, Knuckles at first, and 2 outs. Wilson checking out the bases. Nice pitch.
Good off speed, little sweeping curveball.
Wilson fires this one in, and that struck the batter, Caden Gerald. So now the Falcons have the bases loaded. with 2 outs, and it's going to bring up Caleb Stinson.
Yeah, I had a pretty easy inning going there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of a sudden, got the bases loaded.
And we'll have Coach J.R. Estes coming out. Yeah, they're talking about some rain next week, so I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
It'll change 10 times
it does.
before
I mean,
it gets
from one day to the
week.
next. Even it can change from hour to hour.
Yep. So that'll bring up Caleb Stinson. Caleb's 1 for 2 on the day. He had an RBI single in the first inning, struck out in the second. Need another strikeout here.
Yeah, Stinson only bats 143. Only 4 hits on the year. Here's Wilson's pitch. Fouled back into the net. Twelve to 5. Trojans here, top of the 4th. The 0-1 from Wilson. This is inside. Evens the count.
Good
the
pitch.
Outside corner.
Good off-speed pitch. Just kind of painted the outside corner. There's good pitch. 1-2 right here. You don't want to give him anything too good right here. You kind of want to make him to hit your pitch.
Wilson with his 1-2. Fouled into the net.
Yeah, that was too good on 1-2.
Colton Wilson now at 23 pitches. So he came in and relieved Matthew Estes. Wilson with a throw. A little low, misses outside.
And that was a good pitch. That was a good pitch. Now you're 2-2. Now you got to try to go at him right here.
Mm-hmm. And
he
he did. There you go. Got out of the jam with the bases loaded, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Trojans 12, the Falcons 5 on WCLU 104.7 FM.
Just did it, but I waited way too long. Trust me, it's about time you left cable TV behind and started saving with MyStream TV from SCRTC. Already have TV with SCRTC and you still have cable boxes and wires everywhere? Talk to SCRTC about MyStream TV and compare it to your current service. The best thing about MyStream TV, you'll save money and get up to 1 gig symmetrical internet. Visit scrtc.com and click on the MyStream TV logo at the top to start saving on cable today.
Attention home buyers and homeowners. If you're shopping for a mortgage or considering home financing, call one of Kentucky's top mortgage lenders, South Central Bank. Recognized as the area's best mortgage company, we are ready to help you walk through every step of the borrowing process. With experienced lenders and a full range of loan solutions that suit your budget, South Central Bank can make your dreams become reality. Contact us today. You can even apply online at southcentralbank.com. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
County, Trojan Field, where Barren County leads 12 to 5. We head to the bottom of the 4th. And it will be Skylar Potter, Price Thompson, Jordan Harris.
Yep, from Monroe County in the top of the 4th inning, they scored 1 run on 2 hits. No Barren County errors. 12 to 5 going into the bottom of the 4th. Skylar Potter had a 2-run homer in the second. Popped up to the third baseman in the third. And what grade is he in, Skylar Potter?
Potter's a junior.
It's a good-looking kid.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid. No, I'm good, thank you.
Pitch from Wood will be a ball. Wood with the pitch. It's high for ball 2. Potter batting .238. And he swings on that pitch.
Yeah, that one tailed right there at the very end. It's a good pitch. Looked like a little changeup.
Yep. 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Barren County Trojanettes win in 4 innings, 17-0 over Grayson County up in Litchfield.
What do they call that? A frog strangle, goat strapping? What is that? Seemed like a pretty easy one there for
a little upset at themselves for losing to Allen last night.
Lady Trojanettes, as some people call them, the Lady Trojanettes.
Yeah, Lady Trojanettes and Lady Trojans.
Yeah.
Yeah. That pitch is going to walk Potter. And that will bring up Price Thompson.
Price is 1 for 2 today, scored a couple of runs, had a single in the first inning, reached on error in the third, I apologize.
Travis Wood about to deliver his 20th pitch as he throws back to first. Potter is at first. Pitch is outside.
Yeah, Wood kind of looks like on the pitches that he's missing, instead of finishing downhill, he looks like he's kind of pulling off of the mound a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now that pitch right there, he went straight down off the mound, but his pitches that he's a little bit losing control over, looks like he's kind of pulling off to the side, and then that makes your arm kind of drag through, and you just it's hard to find the location.
Wood and swung on again by Thompson.
What a lot of people don't maybe not realize is that even though hitters and pitchers, they're all different mechanics, there's a lot of the same principles involved in pitching as there is in hitting. First off, you have to have good balance. You have to keep your head and your shoulders quiet.
Potter going to second, and it's going to be hit into the outfield left side by Price Thompson. And so Potter at second, Thompson at first with no outs here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a straight steal, a single, or if Coach Estes had the hit and run on. But anyway, runners on first and second for Barren County, and that brings up Jordan Harris. Jordan's 2 for 2 on the day. He scored 2 runs. He's got a single and a triple.
See what he does here. Wood eyes, lays it down the bunt's foul.
I don't know if that was a sacrifice or if he was trying to bunt for a hit. Never did really like, if it was a sacrifice, it looked like he was trying to get on it as a hit because it looked like he was moving in the box trying to get it down. But normally if that's a sacrifice, you really want to kind of sit down and put it in.
Mm-hmm. Tried to bunt.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got the sacrifices on.
So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Still no outs here. Bottom of the fourth. Here's Woods. And that one will be fouled.
Tell you what, he gets down the line pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he won't be bunting now. Not with 2 strikes, you wouldn't think.
Don't see it very often. Wood now at pitch count 27. Checks the bases. Chops this one right in front of home plate.
You won't
Wood
get him.
Can't make a play.
That was just as good as a bunt.
Yep. Yeah. And the base is now loaded for the Trojans. And we go to the top of the order with J.P. Hyde. 4th at bat in this game.
JP's 2 for 3. He's got a single and a double. He scored 2 runs and is driven in 4 this game.
How about a grand slam? We need a grand slam so we can get excited.
The park one, as they call it. I'm gonna give a shout out. I got a text from my buddy, Coach Pat, and he's listening.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to my buddy, Coach Pat. You know, a lot of people don't know is that Coach Patton coached baseball here back in the early '90s, and he's the one that kind of spearheaded Trojan Field. So he's the one that I think maybe the Babe Ruth at that time may have helped, but he was the one that got the fence and the lights and so he's the guy that actually got this field to where it is.
And what year was that?
I think that's back in the early 90s. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking maybe late 80s. I was at Western during that time, so I wasn't around a lot, but give a shout out to my buddy Coach Pat, and he texted me a while ago. He's listening.
0-1 pitch from Wood. JP swings at that one too. That's 2. Bases loaded for the Trojans here and no outs. Good time to extend this game out a little more with the runs. There we go, and it's going to go right into the gap.
That'll score a bunch.
Yep. As we get Potter to score. And we get Thompson in. And also Harris. So 3 more runs on the board. It is 15-5, Barren County. And no outs. Bottom of the 4th inning.
So that's, you know, if JP gets to come back up and hit a home run, he's hit the cycle. He's got a double, triple, and a single, and he's driven in 7 runs this game.
Wow.
So a good day for JP.
So tally up the you said he has 7 RBIs this game, so he's got 15. He only had 8 coming into the game today.
Well, he's about equal his.
Yeah. Jackson Reese, the batter. Ball gets away, and another run will score as JP comes in to make it 16-5, Barren County.
Jackson Reese is up at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He's scored a run, got a couple of walks, got on an error.
And we're going to have a conference. Coach Ashley Geralds. Did they have anybody else? I don't know. I didn't notice anybody warming up over there.
Barren County's got somebody down there in the bullpen warming up, but I don't know who. Joey Myers.
Okay.
Yeah, another senior, Joey Myers, JoJo. He was on the team my last year.
Geralds is going to make another change. And who's he going with? I'm trying to see the numbers. It's 16? 16? That'd be Jack Dubry. Yeah.
Jack Dubry. A lot of Dubrys over there in Monroe County, aren't there?
Yeah, he's a sophomore. He's only pitched in 2 innings this year.
Well, give him some experience.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a little game time on the hill.
Of course, overall, Monroe County has a young team. If you look at it, Bartley's a sophomore, Miller's a sophomore, Burke's a sophomore, Hagan a sophomore.
Yeah, they do play there. They do.
Stenson's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, they keep these guys together for the next couple of years. They, be pretty good.
Yeah. So the way the tally count is, Barren County 16, Monroe County 5. Trojans did not score in the first inning, but scored 5 in the second, 7 in the third, and 4 so far here in the fourth. After Monroe County took a 4-0 lead, it was 3-0 after 1, and they did score another run there in the top of the fourth before Barren scored those 5 in the bottom of the second inning. So we talked about the margin of the run rule era, or rule. 10.
10 after 5.
Yep. And right now it's 11. So if they score, 4 more runs here in the fourth?
And
Well,
is there no out? There's no outs.
No outs.
Yeah, so.
And Jackson Reese is the batter.
It's got, what is it, 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes.
Jack Dubry. I don't know. Did they move Wood somewhere else, or did he come out?
I'm sure he's in somewhere.
Did he go back to center field again? Looks like that might be him out there, but I can't tell.
Is he a left-hander? Yeah, Wood's moved back to center.
I think so. So we got 2-0. Dubry. And it's 3-0. Monroe County coming to this ball game at 6-6. And that will walk Reese on that pitch. Yeah, Monroe County 6-6 on the year. We talked about they had a 1-run win over Allen County Scottsville, a 15th district team.
Well, in a few years back, that would have been a district win.
That's true.
Because Monroe County was in our district for several years.
They were. And now they're in with Russell County, Metcalfe County, Clinton County, Cumberland County.
Yeah, they got a 5-team district.
5-team.
You don't see that much.
That makes it tough in any of the sports, really.
Yeah.
Basketball too.
Yeah, you don't see the 5-team districts much.
Well, ground ball going towards second and scooped up with a throw to first will be the first out of the inning. Knuckles was there to grab it at second base position to Stinson.
That brings up Axel Dysom. He's 0 for 1. Hit a sacrifice fly, drove in a run in the third. It was hit by a pitch and grounded out to third.
Mm-hmm. Got a favorite quote from Axel. Do you think the itsy-bitsy spider cares about rain? No, he keeps climbing. I'm just going by what the bio says here.
Well, I'd never really stopped to think about the
itsy-bitsy spider.
Itsy spider, does he? He might have cared about that rain last week we got.
he may have drowned.
That spider's probably he's probably in the Atlantic Ocean by now. So I bet he does care about it.
Woo!
Well,
you really got me on that one. I shouldn't have mentioned it. All right, we got a 2-1 count to Axel. We'll look at some more quotes later. We won't do it tonight. We've done our quota for tonight on the quotes.
There's a run.
Nice hit out to right center for Axel. Another run scores as Jackson Reese comes in to make it a 17-5 Trojan lead.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 13, Jacob Spence.
Jacob Spence is going to be at the plate. Another senior.
Jacob's another one of those senior kids.
Yeah, I've got a few bios on Jacob Spence, too.
Jacob's a big golfer and a fisherman. Him and his dad, they do a lot of smallmouth fishing over at Dale Hollow. He's a big fisherman.
You know what his favorite baseball memory is?
I have no clue.
Every time going into the dugout and Brian Cheeley is there to give him a high five.
Cheeley
is on top of it now.
Brian Cheeley has been a part of this baseball program for probably the last, over 20 years.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, he's the mayor of Barren County.
Yep.
He helps out with the football program. He does basketball.
Mm-hmm.
He's been with baseball.
Right. Football. He's down on the sideline during football season.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, and behind the bench, Coach Cunningham for basketball.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Dr. Pepper is Jacob Spence's favorite drink. Now, I like Dr. Pepper.
I like the Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper. You like the Diet Dr. Pepper Zero?
I don't think I've ever tried it.
The Cherry Zero?
But I'm not very big. I only weigh about 160 pounds. So if I drink too many diets, there won't be nothing left of me.
You'll blow away.
Yeah, won't be nothing left of me.
0-2 the count to Jacob Spence. Oh. Well, I don't know, but that ended up being a good pitch, I guess, from the relief pitcher, Jack Dubry. So Spence goes down with an out. The second out of the inning here for the Trojans.
Jax Vincent.
Jax Vincent, yes. He was a courtesy runner earlier and scored.
And he's a sophomore, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
So 2 outs, and here is the pitch, and that's a strike to Vincent. Looking at his numbers. That's 194, 7 hits, 2 RBIs. Here's Dubry's pitch. That one is high. It evens the count. Two outs here for the Trojans. We're still in the fourth inning. Barren County has scored 5 runs to lead 17-5. We got a courtesy runner at first. No. I don't know. Time called here for a minute. Are they making another change here in the lineup? Massive.
Courtesy runner for the Trojans, number 15, Landon Yules.
Landon Yules is the courtesy runner. Junior.
Landon Yules.
Landon Yules. And Vincent is the batter. Did Monroe County make another change? I don't know.
They
They
might have been just talking about something that
just
was
about
going
the courtesy
on with
runner, I guess. That one is flight out to right fielder heading for it. It may be out of territory there.
Couldn't get to it.
Ran out of real estate. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Yules at first. This game is 2 hours old so far. Here's the pitch from Dubry. It's outside. It's 2-2. Yules leading off first. Now we have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Full count. Yules, he'll be running on this pitch with a full count.
Yep.
2 outs. He'll be in motion here.
There's Dubry's pitch, and that will walk because it was way outside.
So Barren County has batted around.
Now batting for the Trojans, number 5, Cameron Crawford.
Cameron Crawford is now going to bat.
For the second time this game.
Cameron Crawford. A junior.
Cameron Crawford.
It's only his 12th at bat of the season. He's a backup quarterback football team.
That's right. I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, backed up Tate Spillman.
He may be the dude.
He could be. Yeah.
He may be the dude this year.
Here's Dubry's pitch, and that almost got him. Kind of got the size of Tate Spillman. Maybe not hardly as, I don't know if he's not hardly as tall. Barren County runners at first and second, 2 outs. Pitch misses inside. It's 2-0. Bottom of the fourth. This one's been a while.
Yep, it's a long inning.
Dubry. And that one swung on by Crawford to make it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. 20 pitches now for Dubry. He came in for Wood, who replaced Knuckles earlier. Pitch is low, 3-1. Again, weather permitting, Monday night we'll have the Trojanettes in Clinton County at 6, on there at 5:45. Oh, that got Crawford. Now the base is loaded for the Trojans. And it will bring up now Dylan Pointer.
Number 25, Dylan Pointer.
Dylan Pointer, another junior for the Trojans.
Does he look like his favorite being? Does he favor me at all?
Maybe his first at bat this season on the varsity.
Dylan Pointer. What grade's he in?
Junior.
Junior.
Here's Dubry's pitch. Nice hit right to center field, but it is going to be caught.
That was a good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a good swing.
Yeah.
He
That
just
will
hit it in the wrong place.
Yeah, that will end the inning, but the Trojans get 5 runs on the board to lead 17-5 over Monroe County. We go to the 5th inning after this break. This is Trojan Baseball, brought to you by Don Franklin Auto on WCLU 104.7 FM.
At Kuzma Family Dentistry, we specialize in changing smiles and changing lives. If you'd like to experience this wow factor transformation that not only can change your smile, but change your life, give Kuzma Family Dentistry a call at 270-651-2638. Located at 501 West Main Street in Glasgow.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
Your local Kubota dealer is J&J Sales on the corner of West Main and Reynolds Road in Glasgow.
If you haven't heard, there's a new approach to banking.
For Barren County in the bottom of the 5th inning, they scored 5 runs on 4 hits. Barron's up 17-5.
Yep. And to start off for the Falcons will be Grady Starnes. Is that right?
Yeah, it's Grady Starnes,
and then
Noah Hagan and Wade Carnahan.
7, 8, 9. Joey Myers, only the second game he's pitched in.
Grady Starnes.
Yeah, he's working his way back from an injury.
Yeah.
So good to get him.
Right.
Need to get him rolling. That's another good arm that the Trojans will have available.
And Myers with his first pitch. To Starnes, it's high and inside. Joey Myers loves Arizona watermelon for a drink.
He likes what?
Arizona watermelon.
Never heard of it.
Where
do they come up with all this stuff?
I don't know.
Man, all they just do is go
Reese's favorite candy. Okay. Mom's Chili's his favorite food.
Hey,
you can't beat Mom's Chili.
You can't beat Mom's Chili. You can't beat Grandma's fried chicken, and you can't beat Mom's Chili.
That's right. Yep. 3 balls and a strike to Starnes. As Myers delivers.
Good pitch.
Good pitch there. It's 3-2.
Starnes is he's 1 for 2. Struck out first inning. Had a single in the third.
3-2. Fouled out of play to the right. A bunch of kids over there. And watching out for those foul balls.
They'll be fighting over it.
Mm-hmm. Myers, that one's popped up, and it's going to be Myers to make the catch. So 1 down for the Falcons.
Number 17, Noah Hagan.
Top of the 5th at 17-5, Barren County. And Noah Hagan is the hitter.
Hagan is 0 for 2.
A pitch from Myers. And goes into left field. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that ball took
couldn't even see where the ball went.
That ball took a funky hop there.
So.
Yeah, I think
I couldn't even tell where the ball went there for a second.
Coach Gerald's has got a little ill because he should have been running that out. He could have gotten a double out of that, but I think he thought it was. He just hit it.
Foul.
You hit it and keep running until they tell you to go back.
Right.
Wade Carnahan, he's 0 for 2. Flied out to left field in the second inning. Struck out in the fourth.
Myers, had a duck.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. Somebody says was like, "Let it hit you." Like, you stand up there and let it hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, wear it is what they say. Wear it.
Wear it.
Wear it.
1-0 pitch. This is inside 2-0. Monroe County with a runner at first, which is Starnes. And here's the pitch from Myers. Right down the third base line, scooped up, trying to make a double play, but could not do so. But did get the runner out at second. He's hobbling a little bit. That was Hagan.
And this brings back to the top. Travis Wood, he's 1 for 1 today. He scored 3 runs. He's reached on a hit by pitch.
Mm-hmm.
He doubled and walked the last time up. Pretty good player, Travis Wood.
Said he was going to Lindsey Wilson.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Okay.
Yeah, I like him.
He's a good player. Got 2 outs here. Runner at first. 17-5. Trojans. Myers. That one's going to be outside. 24, courtesy runner. Will Massey. He's a senior for Monroe. 1-0 pitch coming from Myers.
Good
Strike.
pitch.
One with 2 outs. Throw back to first.
Got him.
Did he get him? Close.
Yeah. It's a good pickoff move.
Mm-hmm. Will Massey, the courtesy runner. Joey Myers fires, throws it back to first. Massey back there in time.
Try to Keeney with a back door there.
Yep.
Pick off trying to get him.
Two balls and a strike to Wood. Here's a pitch from Myers. That's going to be way deep into the right field, right center, all the way to the fence. And Wood's going to catch up with his teammate, but he got him. He got him. That was J.P. Hyde making the tag.
Sutton to J.P.
Yep, and that is it.
I'm gonna do my Marty Brenneman, longtime radio announcer for the Reds.
Yeah.
And this one belongs to the Trojans.
It does. 17-5 here as the Trojans win it over Monroe County. We will be back with our post-game coverage after this break. This is Trojan Baseball on WCLU Burgundy 104.7 FM.
If you haven't heard, there's a new approach to banking. It's called Kasasa, and you'll find it at the People's Bank. Your free Kasasa checking account offers you monthly cashback rewards. The Kasasa cash checking account can earn you a very high interest rate on your balance. Then link Kasasa Saver, and you'll also get a high rate on your deposits. Grow with Kasasa at the People's Bank in Glasgow, Cave City, and Barren. The People's Bank. Working for you.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. Restrictions may vary. Contact the People's Bank for details and to learn more.
We've got you. It's a pledge to make sure you're always taken care of. A pledge that Farmers RECC honors each and every day. When it comes to keeping things running smoothly or getting them back on track when they're not, we've got you. Always. Farmers RECC is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Back in
your source for power and information.
Are you
5 over the Monroe County Falcons here tonight as the Trojans improve to 12-7 on the year. Monroe County drops to 6-7 on the season. And Monroe County started the ball game with 3 runs in the first inning and actually scored a second run there, or a run in the second inning, to lead the Trojans 4-0 before Barren County came back at the bottom of the second inning to score 5. And then Falcons went scoreless in the third inning, and Barren County scored 7 in the third inning. And then in the fourth inning, Monroe County scores 1, Barren County scores another 5 runs, and they win it by 12 runs here tonight, 17-5. We'll come back with more of our post-game coverage in a moment. This is Trojan Baseball, brought to you by Don Franklin Auto at WCLU Burgundy 104.7 FM.
looking for high quality, cost effective, and highly visible advertising? At ATM Media Solutions, we offer large scale marketing with ease. We have 4 LED billboard locations: Highland Pharmacy in Sonic, the intersection of 31E and Trojan Trail, Highway 90 East, Burkesville Road, and our newest location in front of Gondolier. Call 270-629-4542 to get a quote today. ATM Media Solutions. Advertise with ease.
Our dental health plays a vital role in our overall health. Practicing good dental hygiene is especially important for children.
When was your child's last checkup?
Riley Dental Group is invested in making sure you and your family have the healthiest smile possible. They understand a dental visit may prompt anxiety or nervousness, but Dr. Riley and his team offer a variety of solutions, including a comforting and friendly visit from Bennett, their therapy dog. Call Riley Dental Group for an appointment, 651-5939.
103.7 WHHT plays country's hottest hits from today's country artists, like
Hey, what's up? It's Morgan Wallen.
Hey, it's Lainey Wilson.
Luke Combs here.
great country that you can listen to longer with local community information that you need on 103.7 WHHT.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Here at Trojan Field, as Barren County wins it 17-5 over Monroe County in 5 innings tonight to improve to 12-7 on the year. Monroe County dropping to 6-7. And the Trojans will be in action again on Thursday of next week against Campbellsville here, and then Friday against Central Hardin. And weather permitting, hopefully, we'll have the broadcast of that Central Hardin game on Friday here from Trojan Field. Is Scott still working on the stats there?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you got them ready?
I was texted. Yeah, I'm doing one of them things I'm not supposed to do. Well, first for Monroe County, they scored 5 runs on the night. They were led by Travis Wood. He scored 3 runs. He was 2 for 2. Reese Bartley scored a run, was 0 for 3. Briar Burke was 1 for 3. Bryson Knuckles was 2 for 3, scored a run. Caden Geralds was 0 for 1. Caleb Stinson was 1 for 3. Grady Starnes was 1 for 3. Noah Hagan was 1 for 3. And Wade Carnahan was 0 for 3. For Barren County, they were led tonight by J.B. Hyde. JP. He was 3 for 4. Had a single, double, and a triple. He needed a homer for the cycle. He was 3 for 4 with 7 RBIs. Jackson Reese scored 2 runs. He was 0 for 1, but he drew 3 base on balls. Sutton Hyde hit a triple. He was 1 for 4, scored a run. Axel, is it Dysom?
I call it Dysom. Dysom?
Dysom?
Yeah.
Okay. Axel
That may not be
Dysom
correct until somebody corrects me.
was 1 for 2, had 2 RBIs. Aiden Keeney was 0 for 2. What's his name? Jax Vincent?
Yes.
Jax Vincent came in to pinch hit later on. He drew a base on ball, scored a run. And then Jacob Spence came in later on. He was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Gavin Coffey was 2 for 3, had a double and a home run. He scored a couple runs. Skylar Potter was 1 for 2 with a home run, 2 RBIs. Bryce Thompson was 2 for 3, scored 3 times. Jordan Harris was 2 for 2, scored 3 times. Cameron Crawford and Dylan Pointer came in to hit, and they were 0 for 1.
Okay.
So the big guy's here.
He's here. Let's put
I'm
the
gonna give him
headsets on.
I ain't going to wrestle him over these headphones. I tell you, he's way bigger than I am. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. It was fun.
It was fun, and
All
we'll do it again next Friday, right?
All right. See ya.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. We'll get Coach J.R. Estes in here for post-game comments tonight, where the Trojans win it by a score of 17-5 over Monroe County in 5 innings and improve on their record. And we'll get Coach on the headsets. Coach, congratulations to you. A little slow start there with a 3-0 Monroe County lead, but, man, you got the bats going after that.
Yeah, you know, it's been a couple games in a row. We started out slow last night at Grayson. We got off the bus. I could just tell that ride over there, it always gets you.
Yeah.
I look up in the 4th inning, it's a 2 or 3-0 ball game then. Same thing tonight, you know. My son Matthew started, didn't have his best stuff. We kicked a couple around in behind him there, but, man, you hit the nail on the head. These bats woke up, and it was on fire.
Yeah, you scored 17 runs in just 3 innings, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But everybody was on fire for you tonight. We go all the way from the top to the bottom with J.P. Hyde all the way down to your pinch hitters tonight as well.
Yeah, you know, I try to get everybody involved. This team is veteran-led, as you know, up and down the lineup. I mean, if you're an opposing pitcher, it's a tall task to try to get through 9 of those guys top to bottom.
Now, you've played a tough schedule. There's no doubt that you have played a tough schedule, and I mean, the record doesn't indicate what kind of team you've got. You played South Warren, you played Taylor County, Greenwood, Lexington Catholic, Bowling Green, and you beat Lexington Catholic down in Tampa, who was rated in the top 10 or 15 of the state.
Yeah. That was a really big win. Bowling Green, another top 15 team earlier in the year. Russell County, a top 15 team. We beat them earlier in the year.
Taylor County, that you're going to meet again later next month.
Yeah, we met them early, and we kicked some balls around. It'd been a different ball game if we'd have cleaned up the defensive side. You sit back and look at this schedule from afar. I remember looking at it before the season. I said, we got a tall hill to climb, but these boys haven't wavered.
They've done well. Got South Warren coming up again as well. You played them early in the season.
Yeah, we scrimmaged them and played them in a game, and they're one of the top teams in the region for sure. There's no doubt there. You've got to be buckled up in all areas to beat them.
Yeah. Well, you get a few days off now, a little break. You got Campbellsville here on Thursday, Central Hardin here on Friday, a couple of teams out of Region 5.
Yeah. Now looking forward to it. I hadn't seen any of those teams in a while. As you know, I'm back, hadn't coached in a long time, but looking forward to it. Don't know much about them, so we'll do our homework and make sure we're prepared in here. But some days off after 2 long weeks between spring break and 4 games this week. We need 4 or 5 days rest.
Well, you did pretty good when you were here the first time. You won, 2, 3 district championships and had some winning seasons as well. So we'll get this thing going again.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I appreciate you having us on board and being here.
We'll do it again next Friday. Coach, congratulations on the win. Good luck against Campbellsville. We'll see you next Friday against Central Hardin.
Thanks, JC.
All right. Coach J.R. Estes of the Trojans, they win at 17-5-5. We'll come back and wrap up our broadcast after this 2-minute timeout. This is Trojan Baseball on WCLU 104.7 FM.
So Aerosafety is an international safety consulting company based right here in Glasgow, Kentucky. We offer a wide variety of services, ranging anything from safety training to administrative services like policy procedures. It's any manufacturing, any industry around our area, we can apply that. And we can also make everything site-specific to the customer. So we make sure we're incorporating the company's policies, procedures, applicable hazards, equipment, things like that it's making it more relevant and engaging for the customer. Aerosafety is here to keep your employees safe and keep your business headed in the right direction.
Growing up is realizing that everyone who told you to eat your breakfast when you were little was actually eating this for breakfast.
It's your turn to take your place at the breakfast table and savor the taste of culinary independence with freshly toasted bagels at McDonald's. Indulge in the breakfast you've always wanted and start the day off the right way, your way.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, back here to wrap things up for tonight on this Friday night and Easter weekend as the Trojans win by a score of 17-5 over Monroe County here tonight. And again, the Trojanettes won earlier tonight, too, up at Grayson County in 4 innings by a score of 17-0. So it's been a good night for Trojan baseball and Trojanette softball. And our next broadcast will be Monday afternoon as the Trojanettes play host to Clinton County. We'll be on the air with that game, and that will be at a 6 o'clock start, I believe it is. The broadcast will be at 5:45 here on WCLU on Monday afternoon. And then the next broadcast of Trojan baseball will be next Friday when they play host to Central Hardin. That'll be a 5:30 start. We'll also have another softball game next Thursday over at Glasgow as the Trojanettes take on the Lady Scotties there at 5 o'clock. So we got 2 softball games and a baseball game next week for you here on WCLU. So, again, the final score here, 17-5. Trojans over Monroe County in 5. For the BC Live crew, for Reed Hoffman, our studio producer, and for Scott Gillen here in the press box, I'm Jay Turner. Thanks for watching and listening, and good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.